Hello everyone, I'm Sandrine Nikuze and thank you for attending this meeting. Today we're going to look together on two things. First of all, I'm going to share with you what I have already included in the report that I was asking to make. And the second thing I'm going to do, we are going to look together the international key concepts. So starting by sharing with you what I included in the report I was asking to make. As you know, Acme Widget Company wants to expand its sales in 3 countries. First of all, it's India, China, and also France. But also it wants to open another manufacturing plant in Vietnam. So as a company, it's good to make analysis of those countries so that they can know what's going on in those countries. So I have used a cluster analysis in order to analyze those countries and know more about those countries, where P is political factors, E is economic factors, S is social factors, and another E is environmental factors, and L is legal factors, and T is technological factors. Then after analyzing using cluster analysis, I have also do a research about culture where I compared US culture from those 3 countries, India, China, and France. Then after at the end, you are going to find also the other legal or international key concepts. Then after this meeting, I'm going to share with you the report so that you can have more, or you can look on it and ask any question if you have. So going on the second point, in this meeting we are going to discuss on three concepts. The first one is exchange rate. Then the second one is the trade barriers. Then the last one is tariff. So by starting or defining what is exchange rate is a comparison between of currencies of 2 countries. So as you can see here, this is the definition. So like the exchange rate varies depending on country by country, and also it changes day to day and second to second. So as an international business working globally, then you need to make sure that you consider exchange rate, because if you don't consider it, you're going to face a dramatic loss. Then like can exchange rates change? That's a question that I asked myself, and this is a yes. There is depreciation of exchange rate and also appreciation of exchange rate, where depreciation is the decrease of exchange rate and appreciation is the increase of exchange rate. Then when there is the depreciation, it affects an exporting, it affects a business, because the depreciation affects exporters in a positive way. They are going to benefit from depreciation, and also importers are going to face different problems from when there is depreciation. And when there is appreciation, the importers are now going to benefit more than exporters. I have used an example so that you can understand it. So I said Rwanda produce coffee and export it in US, but also imports UST. In 2015, the exchange rate was 0.00124. Then in 2016, the exchange rate was 0.00110. Then in Rwanda, make sure you understand it well. In Rwanda, coffee cost 1,500 Rwandan franc. When it is exported to US, American will buy it on in 2015, taking the 1,500 times the exchange rate, then you get 1.86. Then in 2016, the Americans are going to receive coffee at 1.65. So as you can see here, there was appreciation, then here was depreciation. So when you look on the cost, you can find that in 2015, where there was appreciation, the cost was high. Then when there was a depreciation, the cost was low. Then when the cost is low, there will be an increase in demand, which will make exporters benefit more when there is depreciation more than when there is appreciation. Then going on the part of importers, then now UST, like UST in America, it cost $1.76. When they import it in Rwanda, then you are going to take the cost divided by the exchange rate in 2016 and in 2015. Then when you multiply, you are going to find that in 2016, where there was appreciation, the cost was 1,419.35 Rwandan franc. And in 2016, where there was depreciation, the cost goes high. It is 1,600, which implies that the importers are going to benefit from the appreciation. Then, because there will be an increase in demand as the cost is low. Then in the depreciation, they are going to get, like, the demand is going to get low. Then this is very important, as Acme is going to expand its sales in different countries, because it is going to work globally. Then the exchange rate is going to affect it. Then they need to know when they are going to benefit from for example, if they are exporting, then they need to make sure when there is depreciation, they are going to increase their productivity. And when there is appreciation, then they're importing, as they're going to import in different countries, then they need to know when there is appreciation that they can take that advantage. Then the second point is, what is trade barriers? Trade barriers are governmental imposed restraints to flow of international goods or services. Those are what a given government imposes on the goods or services which were imported or exported internationally. Then, in order to understand this, I have used also an example of where there is a barrier of quota. This is when a government set limits on the products which should be imported in a given country. So they do this because they want to protect their domestic products. Because if Rwanda accepts more imported goods, then the domestic products are going to lose the value. Then Acme is going to benefit from knowing what is the trade barriers, because they're going to know what's going on, if they are going to set limits on their products, how they are going to work so that they can make profit. Then the last one is tariff. What is tariff? Then this is one of the trade barriers. Then this is a form of tax, it is a tax in the domestic country. Like, this is the money set by domestic country for the imported goods. Like, there's some amount of money that a company which imports goods in a given country is going to pay, depending on the value of the product. Then Acme is going to benefit from knowing what is tariff, because they are going to know ahead that their amount of they're going to be asked to pay, and then they are going to plan accordingly so that they can meet their expectation. Thank you for attending this meeting. See you next time.